Now, a Target 12 investigators exclusive, getting the lead out. Data shows Rhode Island has more than 35,000 lead pipes transporting drinking water to people across the state.
The EPA outlawed lead water pipes in 1986, but to replace those pipes in Rhode Island, experts say it could cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Target 12 investigator Tolly Taylor joins us right now with what's being done.
Lead service lines for water like this one are not inherently dangerous. But if there's any corrosion causing lead to seep into the water, that's a different story. The EPA says no amount of lead is safe in drinking water. Target 12 heads to the Smith Hill neighborhood of Providence, just steps away from the State House, the state's seat of power. But this map shows, through orange dots, that many are living with lead water pipes. Are you aware that your drinking water has lead pipes?
No.
No? You had no idea?
No.
25 and 29 Jewett Street. Is it frustrating learning this way?
With the news guy on my doorstep?
110, 112. How do you feel about the fact that it's 2023 and you have lead pipes for your drinking water?
I mean, I hate to say that it doesn't surprise me. I wish it didn't.
Lead can cause serious health problems, especially in pregnant women and children. This picture from the Providence Water Supply Board, an agency that provides water to more than 600,000 Rhode Islanders, shows the public side water lines along the street and the private side lines that begin at the property boundary and lead to your home. Target 12 has learned that as of January 2023, Providence Water has more than 9,000 public side lead water pipes and more than 24,000 private side lead pipes. Water agencies around the state are required to create a list of their lead water pipes by October 2024, but some don't yet have them. The cost to remove the lead pipes leading to your home, roughly $4,500.
You know, nobody here has the money to actually replace all their pipes. $4,500 for me is devastating.
Is that something you'd be able to do?
No.
And there is some urgency to remove them. Target 12 obtained water testing data from Providence Water from 2018 to 2022. The testing shows lead levels in some homes exceeded the EPA's accepted limit in 2018, 2019, and 2020, though levels went back down in 2021 and last year. The good news, there is help on the way. The federal bipartisan infrastructure law gives Rhode Island $141 million over 5 years to remove and replace lead water pipes. That's more than $28 million each year. 49% of that funding can be given away, while 51% has to be distributed through interest-free loans.
This money is to be prioritized to lower and middle income.
Jeff Deal of the Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank will oversee how the $141 million will be distributed around the state. Replacement programs are expected to start this spring.
It is something that I think we should be addressing aggressively as a state.
To test your pipes, experts say scratch the water supply line in your basement with another hard surface. If the material underneath is shiny, it's likely lead. Providence Water also gives out free testing kits. Coming up at 6, we examine who is applying for these federal dollars and how much it'll cost. With the Target 12 investigators, I'm Tolly Taylor, 12 News.
New details now in a Target 12 investigators exclusive, getting the lead out. One expert says it could cost as much as $225 million to replace all of the lead water pipes in Rhode Island.
As we reported last hour, decades after the EPA banned using lead pipes for water, more than 35,000 homes statewide still have them. Target 12 investigator Tolly Taylor joins us right now with what's being done.
Communities from all over Rhode Island are seeking funds to replace lead pipes like this one. But for the state's largest water supply agency, it's a nearly $200 million price tag. Start with 101 Holden Street. Smith Hill in Providence, a neighborhood just feet away from the Rhode Island State House. But more than 35 years after they were outlawed, orange dots show lead pipes still carry water to many of the homes here. How do you feel learning that you have lead pipes?
Sucks that that's the case. I wish that there was something in place governmentally that would allow us to update that.
Had you ever heard that there were lead pipes for your drinking water?
No.
No. First that you're hearing of it right now?
Right now.
When you bought this, do you feel like that's something that should be required to be disclosed?
Yeah, definitely.
While lead pipes are not inherently dangerous, any amount of corrosion can cause lead to seep into the water, resulting in serious health problems, especially in children and pregnant women. The Providence Water Supply Board serves Providence, North Providence, Cranston, Johnston, and North Smithfield. And Target 12 has learned that as of January, the water utility has more than 9,000 public side lead water pipes and more than 24,000 private side lead pipes.
I'm incurring the damage to myself, but if I had children, I would be way more mad.
The good news, Rhode Island is receiving $141 million over the next 5 years thanks to the federal bipartisan infrastructure law, giving Jeff Deal at the Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank more than $28 million each year to replace lead water pipes.
In my personal opinion, we should be moving more quickly than that to get these things done.
The Infrastructure Bank is currently considering requests to replace lead pipes from many local communities. But the 5 biggest: Bristol, $1 million, Pawtucket, $2 million, Warwick, $2.5 million, Newport, $5.1 million, and the biggest, Providence Water at $184 million. The total price tag for last year's requests, more than $196 million.
So the $141 million doesn't cover it all.
Deal says to remove every lead pipe across the state.
It could be as much as 225, but again, that's just an estimate.
Back on Smith Hill, Javon Hinson thought it was clear why he and many of his neighbors still have lead pipes.
As you can see, it's like a poor neighborhood.
Government now has $141 million here locally to replace lead pipes. Do you want them to come and replace yours if you have an issue?
100%. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, we live here. We deserve to know, it's our health.
Deal says the infrastructure law has language requiring the money to be prioritized to low and middle income neighborhoods. Tomorrow, I sit down with the Senate president to discuss what he says might be his #1 issue this year: removing lead pipes. With the Target 12 investigators, I'm Tolly Taylor, 12 News.